Member for Oakdale.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And Mr Speaker, I stand to oppose the Transport Asset Administration Amendment, Sydney Metro Bill 2018. And I was quite surprised just then when the member for Epping said he knew nothing about the Transport Asset Holding Entity. I mean, there was a bill. There was a bill shortly after the departure of Mr Baird. I believe that it might have spooked him. It might have been the final straw that made him take off. But it was a bill brought to the House. It was debated, and I can clearly remember speaking in front of the Transport Minister, who got up on 4 or 5 occasions to stop me from progressing with my speech because it was saying he couldn't handle the truth at the time. But the reality of it is, the member for Cogra was quite clear when he said that the Transport Asset Holding Entity was set up to inflate budget bottom line by about $5 billion over the 4 years. And that's why I'm sitting here today trying to get, standing I should say, well I was sitting while I was listening, trying to get from the government a case where they clearly prosecute the requirement for a separate statutory corporation. I just don't understand. I can't see why it's necessary. Other than the Minister for Transport being back on his old trip, he sends in the parliamentary set, Mr Couray here from Oakley, who comes out here with his buzzwords, sustainability, livability, best practice, all the stuff that means nothing to why they're calling for a separate entity to run this the Sydney Metro. It's totally unnecessary. Why not run it within the government? Obviously there's a covert plan there. One of them is clearly to inflate future bottom lines. Because when they turn around and say, okay, there's $800 million in terms of recurring costs that have to be borne by that company, they throw it across as investment rather than call it a cost. And it doesn't come off the bottom line. And they'll continue to do that as long as they can. They'll continue to do it. That's one of the main reasons that we've got a separate entity. And obviously there's the other factors, there's the removal of transparency, the ability to be able to deal with property without having to deal with the community, such as it would if it was in the government's hands. So there's a lot of covert type activity happening here, and that's the purpose. And that's the purpose for this separate entity. I think the government needs to really. I think members on the other side need to understand what the Minister for Transport's up to, and what he said. To come in here and say, look, I've never heard about Tahir. I've never heard about the Transport Asset Holding Entity or that bill. I mean, that's outrageous. You should be all briefed on that. You should be all briefed, and they should all understand that you're inflating the budget bottom line. But no. You're all, the member for Couray, member for Oakley, I should say, just taken off because he doesn't want to face the music. He doesn't want to hear it. He just wants to use some buzzwords and run away. Where's the Minister? The Minister's not here either to face the music. He's been through this before. I mentioned when I spoke on the Tahir bill at the time that that type of corporate conduct, that type of conduct in the corporate world in America put directors in jail for capitalising costs. And they need to be held to account for this. If they want to proceed with this, well, don't capitalise the cost. Keep the budget where it should be with the real numbers. Thank you.